What's going on, lads and lasses? Today we mourn the loss of our beloved Scream franchise. It's not dead or anything. I mean, Neve Campbell literally said while this film was still in theaters that Scream 8 was in production, but it sure does seem like Spyglass is trying everything in their power to kill this franchise for good. Bad decision after bad decision. I mean, get a grip. This is Scream we're talking about. I'm not a gigantic Scream glazer. I never have been. I always felt like the franchise was a tad bit overrated for what it was, but still a really good franchise. And I gotta say, one of the most consistent franchises that we've had. Sure, there were weaker entries like Part 3, which I have my mixed feelings about, which, I mean, after this film, I'm looking at it in a whole new light. Like, all 6 films up to this point felt consistent, even if the Radio Silence films felt a tiny bit disconnected from Wes Craven's films. They were still good films in their own right. I gotta get this off my chest. Scream 7 sucks. I said it. This didn't even feel like Scream. It felt like a serious version of Scary Movie or some shit. Sure, I could point out the Melissa situation. Sure, I could point out many other situations, which I'm gonna get into, but I think the main saving grace for this film was Matthew Lillard, and they fumbled the ball. I don't even have a script or notes or anything for this video. I'm literally just going to be ranting because this film irritated me that much. I cannot recall an ending that pissed me off, that dropped the ball this fucking bad in a long time. I don't think this franchise would be stuck in the position that it's in had Wes Craven not sadly passed away. Since then, Spyglass has gotten their hands on it, and ever since 2018's Halloween started this whole requel craze, I feel like Scream's been chasing that high ever since. Which, when it comes to Part 5, it makes sense because you're commentating on the requels. When it comes to Part 6 and Part 7, our commentary is just meta commentary about itself. It's becoming joking about itself. So let me get this straight. This franchise was made as a commentary on the slasher genre, making fun of the tropes, and now it is turned in to making fun of itself. It is turned in to the fish that eats its own tail. I'm not saying that every Scream film needs to have a commentary. I mean, Part 6 is in my top 3. I don't want to spoil my ranking too much. Let me backtrack a little bit. You didn't want to pay Neve Campbell the money that she wanted, that she felt like she was deserved for Scream 6, so you just wrote her out of the script. And then for Scream 7, you fire Melissa Barrera because she speaks out against the Palestine and Israel war, which, free Palestine. And then Jenna Ortega leaves for contract reasons, which we all kind of speculated it was because of the Melissa situation. So now that you're missing your 2 lead actresses, the 2 females that were supposed to carry this franchise forward, and now you run back to Neve Campbell with a truckload of money. What are we doing? Even Radio Silence left this project because they wanted to push out Scream films so much that they didn't want to work around their amazing film, Abigail. On top of that, the new director they got, Christopher Landon, who did Happy Death Day, Freaky, etc., he ended up getting death threats for this film, literally just for taking on the directing role. Now they're scrambling to find a third director. They come across Kevin Williamson, the original writer for the Scream films, yet this guy has 1 directing credit. Oh, this film was failed from the start. It had a bad foundation. You can tell the house of cards was gonna fall. Now to finally get into Scream 7, I gotta start with my positives here, because I only got a few. The directing at some parts was really good. I like the theater kill where she's kind of swinging around. I like the shots where Ghostface is like fading into the background like he's Michael Myers. And I like the shots where he's like dropping down from the attic. That's it. That's all my positives. And for my mixed, I think the one thing that could have saved this film, Matthew Lillard. Why didn't you bite the bullet and actually do it?
Do it! Just do it!
It's been a rumor for a while, and sure, it would have been a bit corny, but we've seen cornier. I just don't understand. You have fans that have been fans for decades, and you want to pull the rug out from under them. We watched the entire film thinking, oh hey, maybe Stu's alive. Maybe. We watch the trailer and we see Stu's house getting burned down. Obviously that's going to be a big point in the plot, right? No, it's our opening kill. Come on! Which I gotta say, looking back, that might be my favorite part of the film. That was actually a kind of entertaining little 15 minutes. They poke fun at Stu's house being used as an Airbnb house, and I gotta say, this opening couple is a lot more interesting than the rest of the cast, including the legacy characters. Wait. So, one of the Ghostfaces flew from Indiana, where Sydney was, to Woodsboro to burn down Stu's home, and then fly back to Indiana. Now for my negatives, because let's go ahead and get into this. This film is soaked in nostalgia bait. Naming her daughter Tatum, having her boyfriend climb through her daughter's window just like the original, saying almost the same script. I wanted to roll my eyes back just like The Undertaker. We got the jacket from part 2. We got Dewey cameo. We got all these other cameos. Courtney Cox serves no purpose in this film. Literally no purpose. When she stepped out of the vehicle, I didn't even recognize her for a second because of all the work she's gotten done. Decisions in this film by a lot of the characters are just fucking bad. Shoot him in the head, shoot him in the head, shoot him in the head. How many times you gotta fucking say it? Sydney's running down the street on the phone with Tatum while she's getting chased by a ghostface about to get killed, and she's in the street. Huh? Where? Stop fucking stopping. Book it. What did you... Oh my god, this is not Sydney. Like, they try to play this reverse psychology on the viewer where it has this AI undertone. They go the entire film saying it's AI, so in the back of your head you're like, oh yeah, it's not AI, right? No, it's AI, so they were right the entire time, they were just suspicious. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I want to know how much time Matthew Lillard took recording his scenes for this film, because he might have just put the makeup on the Five Nights at Freddy's set, recorded it on the phone, called it a day. It could have been a one-day thing. And yet, that was the most excited I was for this entire film. But yet, instead we get Sydney's neighbor who killed her husband after she was inspired by Sydney's book, and when Sydney stepped away from the limelight, she went into this manic depression and is now Ghostface. And a psychiatric doctor who I genuinely am still trying to figure out his motive here. Like, he's got a background in AI. Cool. Yo, now that I think about it, it's kind of crazy that there's a 50-50 shot that this woman could have killed her own son. Actually, more like 90%, because she did not seem like she liked him. No, he was too much like his father. She did it. I don't want to harp on the Melissa situation, but the lack of her and Jenna Ortega in this film is extremely noticeable. The other two core 4 members feel very foreign to this film, like they shouldn't even be in here. They're here because they're Randy's nephews, but like, they don't even apply anything to the film that's like necessary. Okay, Lane, if you're gonna harp on this film so much, how would you rewrite it? Let's have Melissa return as Ghostface because she wants to end the final girl that started all this because she's having visions from her dead dad. Then maybe she's not in the promotional images, not in the trailer. Boom, the reveal comes. They actually did the right thing. They paid her. They apologized. She's Ghostface. Boom, situation solved. This was a very messy film. I was holding on to the thin thread that Matthew Lillard was actually alive, that the reveal was going to come and we were going to have this crazy third act, this crazy reveal, going to have a Ghostface, a singular Ghostface that goes into multiple films. But no. Ended up getting the worst film in the entire franchise. And as a result, I feel like this review is messy because I just kind of ranted at the camera. So I apologize for that, but if you didn't like Scream 7, let me know in the comments. If you liked it, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you liked about it. Let's have a conversation here. Let's not be strangers. I just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I want to give all y'all a big thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot to me, and next goal is 2,000. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, help your boy out. Let me know what you want to see in the comments below. I'm always open to video suggestions as well. I got a couple videos in the works, so stay tuned for that. I got a Scream franchise ranking, which you already know this one's going to be at the bottom. I got an Obsession movie review, so stay tuned for that as well. Other than that, I'll catch you in the next one.